To discuss this, I have with me Major Mohammad Ali Shah, who's joining me on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir. Now, what we're learning is that China has, in fact, sent a bomber, the H-6K. Now, tell us more about this particular aircraft, and should we at all be worried?
Well, the H-6K is a long-range bomber, and they have the capability of firing up to a very, very long range. Say, I'll quote in non-technical terms that everyone understands. I mean, if they want to, they can reach up till Delhi, but I have my doubts that they will, because one of the analysts also said that they will not target the civil areas, not even Delhi. So that's perfectly fine. Now, the question remains, should we be worried? Well, it is a matter of concern, no doubt, but worry, not much of worry. Why? Because China is an expert at playing psychological warfare. On 11th November, they celebrated the 72nd Air Force Day, the PLA, the People's Liberation Army of China. So they, like just yesterday when the Prime Minister inaugurated the Purvachal Expressway, we had an air display. Similarly, on the 11th November, China had the air display, and you could see these bombers flying over Himalayas. And in fact, the CCTV, that is not the CCTV of the security CCTV, but the Chinese Central Television. They're like we have a Doordarshan. So they covered that in that, and they showed that shot very, very briefly. But let me tell you, these the aircraft were armed with short-range missiles. Very, very ironically, not with the long-range missiles. They were armed with short-range missiles when they had their display of air power. So they are basically only trying to flex their muscles, trying to show us do not escalate tension on the border. There are a number of videos on YouTube, in fact, where Chinese army and the Indian army together, they are saying this is our land, it's our land. As per my map, this is my land, and this goes on because there's no demarcated territory over there, right? So now, where we should be worried? Well, I don't think it's a matter of worry, but it's a matter of concern. There's a difference between the two. China will continue playing these psychological warfares, and I don't think we should, it's not that we should not pay any heed to it. We are prepared. We are very well prepared from our side, but we shouldn't really worry about, because worry is a waste of time.
Right, so now I wanted to ask you about another thing. Now, of course, if you are saying that China, in fact, had in this video, it was showing that this aircraft is flying above the mountain range, possibly Himalayas. Now, do we have enough technology to then detect any sort of breach into our airspace?
Oh yes. Oh yes. We have enough technology, and we are very well equipped to detect these movements and to actually preempt them also. And not further that, to give a befitting reply. So what we do is we do our work in a very silent manner. We only speak when we have to speak. China is a loud mouth. They will only show, display, and they will try to flex their muscles. But honestly speaking, if I have to give a very balanced view, I do not think, and also being fair to China for that matter, they cannot do much to us actually. They cannot do much damage. It's only a psychological fear which they try to induce into people's minds, that we are so powerful, this is what we are capable of doing. You know, a nation like China is even capable of taking out a satellite imagery of dummy aircraft. They're not, like I just showed you, a long-range aircraft carrying a short-range missile. It doesn't make sense. So China is a nation which is capable of playing these psychological games, and it is their equipment. They are welcome to play any psychological games, but we will not be arm-twisted. Firstly, we will not be bullied by China. Thirdly, we will not be scared of them. Yes, we are apprehensive. We have our planning in place. And let's see, we will give a befitting reply to anyone who tries to act funny with us in any manner.
Right, so now another aspect of the story is that this particular action of China comes ahead of the talks with India. Now, do you think that making future negotiations will be difficult because of the way that China is acting? And all the negotiations previous to this have also failed because the demilitarization from the borders has become a painstakingly long process.
Honestly speaking, if I give you my honest opinion, I feel there is just no point indulging in any further talks with China militarily, because we have seen 10, 11, 12, 13 and furthermore military talks with China, officially and unofficially as well, and they have not resulted anywhere. Though yes, military, you come out and say the talks are positive. That's all that one can give a reply. The talks are positive. Positive, fine. What was the outcome? Has China improved? Have they caught down to what our demands are? Have we actually listened to them? So I don't, unless and until it's actually demarcated on paper, and politically, diplomatically, not militarily only, because military soldiers are the ones who will bear the brunt at the border ultimately. At the end of a firing, it is going to be with all due respect, it's going to be the politicians at the end of the day who will sit across the table and discuss. Soldiers will be there, they'll be fighting and they'll be giving their life for each other. So the soldiers are not cannon fodder. Soldiers are there to defend the motherland, yes, but on a reasonable ground. So I don't think any further talks indulging with a nation like Pakistan or China is going to really get into much, because they do not listen. And China will continue playing their psychological warfare. Their strategy is taking one step behind, yes, for everyone to see, but then taking 4 steps forward on the sly.
Right, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning and providing your insight on this story.